Hey, what's up guys? Welcome to another episode of Fish Another Day. It's Nelson, and I'm out here today doing one of my favorite, or if not the favorite, fishing that that's actually how I started, and that's poke poling. So there's a link to the video on how I built my poke pole. It is retractable and it's practically indestructible because it's made of PVC, so you can also use it as a walking stick. Aside from that, if you want to do this, I'd recommend bringing gloves. Have your license, of course, but have gloves just because, I mean, look at those rocks behind me, man. They are slippery when they're kind of wet like that and the tide goes out. So have your poke pole, a license, gloves, and also a net. A net was something I always forgot to bring when I started out, but man, you're gonna lose some of these fish pretty easily, so have a net ready when you hook something. Aside from that, wear some good shoes. Make sure you time the tides correctly because you have to come here on negative tides. Today it's a negative 1.0 and I'm here about an hour before low tide. So just make sure you get here early, work the shoreline until low tide, and then kind of work that back in. And by then, hopefully you'll get something. But all right, let's get going. One more thing. This is probably not going to be a good thing to say, but poke poling is the one type of fishing where I have never been skunked. So I'll either get a fish or a crab or something. But I'm probably gonna regret saying that. So all right, let's get going, guys. All right, so if you're out poke poling, what you're really doing is looking for shallow pools kind of like this. And then all you're kind of doing is looking under the ledges of those rocks. And you'll see here, I have a small piece of squid on about a size 4 hook attached to a snap swivel. That way, I don't like using fishing line, just because I feel like that might fray. And I like using this actually. So let's look for little ledges where fish might hide and just kind of poke around. If you find a little ledge that goes deep, just poke all the way in. Sometimes just kind of leave the bait right outside the hole. Leave it there for a couple seconds. Something might actually smell it and go for it. And I feel something tugging on me right now. It's probably a crab. Yeah, I see the claws. Let me come to the other side so you guys can see better. So I'm actually going to leave So I don't know if you guys can see that right now. There's a crab claw right inside that hole. I'll try to lure him out. He's trying to grab at me. So I'm just putting it right in front of him. I can clearly see him. And he wants it too. He wants that. There you go. You guys see that? This guy's strong. So this is a rock crab. Ooh, he got a big chunk of my squid right there. So I don't want to reach in there with my bare hand just because that's his claw right out in the front. But I'm going to try to use my pliers. Oh, he's coming out. All right. Easiest way to handle these. Actually, they're a lot more flexible than you'd think. If you can get a hold of their hind legs, that's one place they can't pinch you. There you go. So that's actually a female rock crab, brown rock crab. And you can tell it's a female just because you look at the carapace right here. This is called the apron. It has a very wide triangle right here. It's wide, very wide. And if you see a male, they're very narrow. And if you want to harvest these, they're about it's exactly a 4-inch carapace, which is measured across. And you do have to have a crab gauge on you. if you want to harvest these. But I'm gonna let her go. She's probably 4 inches, but I don't really want one. So I'm just gonna let her go. But she could have that free gift of a squid. Just put her back where she came from. Let's see if I can put you guys right in front of the hole. Get a good shot of that. Little rockfish in there. Oh, that's a fish. Yep. Oh, that's an eel. I'm not gonna let him out the water yet. Oh, got him. Whew. All right. That is a monkey-face prickleback eel. Not a real eel. It's actually a relative of a rockfish, but they look like eels. And they are freaking strong. Whew. I mean, when this got bit, I could feel it for sure. That's gonna be a fish. Man, these guys are always strong. Really good hook set on that lip too. But the reason I get a net, I don't like handling these guys just because they're super slimy and they are so strong. Like you can see them kind of like doing that barrel roll of a kind of. You'll see if you try to hold them, they kind of do a barrel roll, kind of like alligators do, and then they are probably going to get you hooked on that hook. So let me try to dispatch him because I am going to cook him up. So I'm going to dispatch him and then hopefully he'll stop wriggling. But these guys are strong. All right. So This is probably going to be the first dispatch I'm going to show on my channel, but you know what? It's a part of life, and you have to respect what you catch. So if you're going to eat him, put him out of his misery quickly. So all I'm doing is holding down his head, got a knife, I'm going to stick it right behind the eyes all the way through. Hopefully that'll dispatch him quickly, no pain. If I could be honest, I never like doing that, but you know what? I was right about to leave, but look, they're walking right next to me. Oh, no, he knows I'm here. Let's see if I can get him. Literally, the Monkeyface eel's right here. I was just about to pack him up and turn around, and this guy's walking right next to me. So let me see if I can get him. No. Oh man, he went all the way back in there. Oh, look who came back out. Just gonna pin him down, grab him with my hand. Look at that. I didn't even have to lure her out. She just walked up to me. But again, that's a female. I'm gonna let her go, but just wanted to show you guys, it's not too hard to find these guys. You just have to look. But damn, that eel is still flailing. But yeah, there she is. This one's actually pretty big, probably about 5.5 inches or so. But again, I'm not gonna keep her, so I'm gonna let her go. Ooh. Man, those guys are flexible. Let her back home, she'll go right back in that hole. And there's my eel right there. You know, I'm gonna show you guys how I dispatch him right here, because it's a lot easier to do it out here, just because it's easier to clean up. Open up the abdomen. And all that stuff that's coming out of them, that's digested kelp. These guys eat mostly kelp, but they will eat squid. I'm gonna use my pliers, because this guy's so slippery, it's actually almost impossible to hold him. Hold on to the body, slice upward towards the head until you open up and you could get the organs out. Once that abdominal cavity is open, I'm gonna scoop out the entrails. Just gonna disconnect them right at that butthole. And then disconnect at the other end. So, this is a liver, by the way, but right near the throat, right at the top, it's gonna pull away. And that will disconnect. And there's all the guts. It's gonna feed the crabs. Actually, I'm gonna feed the one that was out right here. All right, I'm gonna head inland a little bit so I don't lose this guy in case he flails again. So let's see, let's move out. We're gonna skin this guy, because the skin on this guy, I think actually is really fishy. Easiest way to do that, make an incision along right behind the back of the head over here, just enough to break the skin. This pocket knife is not very sharp. Okay, once you've made that incision, take your pliers. Use the one that has a little ring opener, that little notch, because that will help you grab onto the skin, anchor down the head, and then Let's pull back. Man, this guy's tough. Just pull back. Most of that comes off, and then there you go. Just get the rest of it, and then just repeat on the other side. There we go. All right. So there you have it. No guts, no skin, just the head still attached. But yeah, this guy, the neurons will still keep firing, by the way. So if you're gonna prep one of these guys, don't be freaked out if he starts wriggling on you. Last thing I usually do is there's a blood line right in that abdomen right here. Slice it open and then I'll just kind of clean it out in the water. All right, there it is, all done. I'm gonna pack them up. See you guys at home.
Thousands of crab traps. Look!
So that's what I caught, if you want to look at it.
Oh. What does it look like? Okay, son.
So that's it.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, he's actually in my backpack right now.
That's cool.
Yep. That's another brown rock crab stuck in that hole over there. This one's a male, so you see that apron right there is nice and sharp. You guys want to take a look? You guys don't have to hold him. I can hold him for you. Oh yeah, he's alive.
Don't put your hands near his claws, okay?
They're very flexible, so watch out where you touch them.
Yeah.
Here, I try.
Yeah, you can.
I kind of just
thing.
touched like the back.
Just be careful, like he said. They're very flexible.
Whoa, they're so soft for some reason.
Yeah, pretty cool.
I think it's being still to make you think it's dead.
Yep. And then right here, you guys can see this piece. That's called the apron. That's how you tell this one's a male. If it was a female, they'd be much wider, almost like an oval.
Okay, so when it's a sharp V, boys, it's a male, and when it's a oval, it's a female.
And usually you could tell too.
I bet the other one was a female then.
I found a couple other ones. Most of them are females out here for some reason today that I found. But you'll see these claws, they are much bigger on the males than the females.
Okay.
But yeah. All right, so that was actually pretty cool. Those kids that were super into that rock crab that we found, we actually chatted with them, and I found out they actually went to, or they're going to the same elementary school that I went to, which is kind of nice, you know. It's kind of like I'm just fishing in my backyard and meeting my neighbors out here. So super awesome. If you guys are watching this video, this is really cool to meet you guys. Hopefully I'll see you guys around. But yeah, it's just kind of a nice thing to see, you know, small world. Seeing people that went to the same middle or elementary school I went to many years ago. But yeah, that's kind of satisfying. So yeah, hopefully I'll see you guys out there again. And all right, finally, time to go home. I will see you guys in a second. All right guys, welcome home. We're actually gonna be making some fish tacos today with that eel I just caught. There's a couple things I did to prep. So the fish, all I've done so far was, as you saw, I skinned it at the beach, gutted at the beach, and all I've done now, take off the head, fillet, and then pretty much clean it up. I've also cut them into little strips. That way they're pretty nice for tacos. And aside from that, we're gonna be making our batter. I wanna make the batter first, so we're gonna be making beer batter. So right here I got a blood orange hef. This one's from Slow Brewing, so San Luis Obispo. Pretty good beer too, so. Let's see. Damn. Yeah, first sip of beer is always so good. So it's gonna mix enough beer into the flour. Mix enough until that it's a little bit of a, almost like a thick smoothie almost. We got some kimchi. some of those yellow Korean pickles, and avocado, of course. And this is gochujang, which is a Korean fermented rice and chili paste. This is actually kind of thick right now, right out of the package. What I'm gonna do is actually thin this out with some of the kimchi juice. So there we go. There you go. That's a pretty good consistency. So let's test the batter or the oil. All right. There we go. So all we're doing is taking the fish that we've cut up into strips, give it a good batter, coating, and then drop it right in. So make sure not to splash anything. And always remember to not overcrowd the oil. Go. So while the fish is cooking, start prepping my tacos. Oh yeah, that is a perfect avocado. All right, first couple pieces are out. Woo. Oh yeah, ooh, that's hot. Ooh. Look at that. Nice and flaky. Break one open. Woo. Oh yeah. So one important thing to note, I actually did not put any salt or any flavoring inside the batter itself because I want the gochujang and the kimchi to actually be more of the flavor profile that I'm looking for, because we are making Korean tacos today. pretty much it. Got some avocado on each one. Oh my goodness. Oh yeah. Korean tacos, man. Any of you guys from SoCal, you guys know Korean tacos are good, but they usually use like bulgogi and kind of meat. But man, Monkeyface eel Korean tacos. Ooh, it's gonna be good. All right, time to eat. Ooh. Man, it's hard work, man, going out there, walking on those slippery rocks. But finally, we are good. Ooh, kind of drippy. Check it out. Oh yeah. That's why I love poke poling, man. You never lose tackle, not really. You pretty much know what you're doing, because all you do is look for rocks with holes underneath them, and stick your pole in there. Stick your pole in every hole that you can find, you're good to go. Cheers, man. Oh man, these Korean pickles are good, man. Oh man, that gochujang has that nice fermenty flavor. I love fermented foods. Such an easy recipe too. If this is making you hungry, look for that next low tide. Head out to your local shore, wherever that might be. Look for some rocks, stick your pole in there. A little hook, a little bit of squid. I literally caught this on my second piece of squid. So I mean, this is super cost effective if you're like conscious about where your money is going for your tackle and stuff. It's so good. I remember the first couple of times I went fishing. You know, I just went to a local jetty over at Half Moon Bay, cast out a couple lines and sinkers and everything. I think by the end of the day, I think I lost about, I don't know, five sinkers. Yeah, about 5 sinkers. And a bunch of gear, tackle, whatever. I was frustrated. I was also getting swept by like some of the rogue waves every now and then, so finding out what poke poling was awesome. So if you guys that are just starting out, this is a good way to whet your appetite with, you know, a little bit of fishing. And it's, honestly, it's a confidence booster. So if you ever feel like you've been skunking a lot, heck, go poke poling, man. I love it. I mean, look at that bite. All right, well, that's it. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that. I want to see you guys, you know, hopefully put in the comments that you've learned something and it's inspired you to go outside, do a little bit of poke poling, because it's always, to me, it's always a confidence booster. You know, if I skunk for a couple sessions, I'm like, man, I got to go out and catch something. Love poke poling. So give it a try if you guys haven't tried it before. Yeah, if you guys like this, please do thumbs up, like, also hit the subscribe button. That's that big red one right below the video. So helps a lot, and thank you guys for watching. So see you guys next time. See ya. And you guys get to watch all the good stuff, but props to all those other guys out there that are cooking on the rocks and making fancy meals, because cooking and then cleaning up, man, it's a lot of work, but it's worth it.